Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to episode 18 of the 4,000 Question Challenge. Alrighty, what things do you remember about your childhood neighborhood? I had some neighbors down the street, the Connors, that were essentially my substitute grandparents because my grandparents were in Pennsylvania, which is very far away from me. It was like an 8-hour drive, so yeah, they were not close. I had some bullies that lived across the street. I had some people on either end of the street, which I happened to like, folks that had babysat for me more than one occasion. And I had a crush on at least one of the mothers because I was always fascinated with older women when I was a kid. So the people, I guess, would be the best definition of what I remember the most, other than the physical structure of it. A lot of those, and almost all the buildings I knew as a child are still there. There are just more buildings now than there was when I was a child. What was the name of your high school? It was Central High School. Do you remember your high school locker combination? Hell no, I don't remember it. And actually, for the most of the high school, I just used my locker in the band where we kept our instruments. I just used that as my locker. Most of us did. You think your school gave you a quality education? Also, hell no. There were, of the faculty members in my school, I think there were probably about 20 or 30 that gave a shit, and the rest were there just punching a time clock. So no, I don't think they gave us a good education. Did you learn to remember through association? I don't remember ever really using mimetic tricks or anything. I just remembered things because I had to remember things. It was kind of like a need to remember things, partly because of the abusive environment I was raised in. If you didn't remember certain things, it would get you hurt. And I kind of like seemed to carry that over into my understanding of information. What did you do now to continue your education? I read all the bloody time. I read online. I read nonfiction. Books is for entertainment. I read role-playing games, and occasionally I'll read graphic novels and comic books. What was the most foolish thing you did in high school? Most foolish thing I did in high school? Picking just one thing is going to be rough. Most foolish thing I did in high school. Oh, I embarrassed myself because of women on many occasions. I was a gamer, so that was probably very embarrassing. I don't know if I can think of a most. I think you folks can hear that, but I think it's raining outside pretty heavy. It's been raining for like 3 days here. What made the best teacher you ever had the best? Because they gave a shit. Because they listened. Because they saw us as individual human beings and not just one big faceless, nameless student. What school would you like to have attended? There was none. I couldn't think of anything that would. I didn't ever dream of, I wish I could have gone to school X, Y, or Z. No, that never popped into my head. If you learned anything at all, what would it be? Languages other than English. If I could be some kind of linguistic genius, that would be really, really cool. I speak English and nothing else, unless you consider D&D to be a second language. So yeah, I kind of wish that I had some kind of linguistic skill, which I do not have of any kind. So I am moving a post-it note so I keep track of where the next question begins, because these are not numbered, so I can't just circle a number. Alrighty, so this has been episode 18. I hope you've been enjoying it and my somewhat laconic method of responding to my questions. And if anyone actually watches all of these, you are going to probably end up knowing more about me than anybody else ever has.